NCRP Productions presents Torg Eternity by Ulisses Spiele. The Breifne Crown. Episode 33.
Welcome everyone to a Sunday of Possibilities in our ongoing Torg campaign, The Adventures and the Searching of the Breifne Crown. My name's Greg and I'll be the GM for this. Let's introduce our players and their respective characters, please, starting to my right.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Ufa Ali, otherwise known as the Twilight Jackal of Cairo.
Hello, this is Victoria. I am playing Iara Bay, the Eilish elf necromancer.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running Max Elite, the freedom fighter from Tharkold.
And this is Shan, and I'm playing Azrael, the cyber witch from the cyber papacy.
This is Dan. I am playing Professor Graves, a practitioner of the weird sciences from the Nile Empire.
And our intrepid band of Storm Knights have found themselves in a predicament. So can somebody give us a recount of what happened last session, please?
Well, we're in jail, officially. The decisions we've made up to this point are questionable. But I would say that it has seemed to, it's putting us closer to the Breifne Shard, which is always good. So the last episode started out, we were processed and our property was taken from us. I remember I was one of them that attempted to hide their stuff, and then it was promptly taken from me and sent to the incinerator, minus my mask. And that was not a good time for me.
And in that time, we also had Azrael taken away from us.
Yes.
Azrael was peeled off from the group.
Because they were looking at her arm, they're like, what do we do with this? And I think you had all your stuff taken, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
The professor had his gizmo kit and his turnium splinters taken from him.
Yes.
So.
All bad.
But Lady Nightbird held those rather than...
Right, they were not destroyed.
Because he told her that he would like them back.
Didn't we learn, game-wise, that they can't be destroyed? They just turn into a new form or something?
I believe they can't run out of power.
Is that what it was? Okay, I remember there was something that made them semi-infinite, but... Anyway, sorry, continue, Aaron.
After that, we were showered as a group and then sent to cell block 3, where we were sent to our respective cells. We did notice right off the bat there were no posted guards anywhere. Everything was just under heavy surveillance. There's cameras, there's probably microphones.
That's right.
Yeah.
We figured there's cameras in every cell. We haven't been able to figure out where they are.
So I remember somebody was doing something and then the microphone came on and said, stop doing that.
That was the professor.
That was
yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because you were
Oh, very
I was
much
trying
so.
to take a closer look at the
door,
ventilation.
right?
Yeah, and
the
the
door locks.
Yeah.
See if I could spot anything, and they nixed that right away.
So we saw that there was like a routine for who was released from their cells and sent down to get food. I believe there was no interruption until we went to go get food, and the professor forced someone via command.
It was an experiment.
Yes.
Just to see what would happen when somebody crossed the red line.
Yes.
Because we've
Now
been
we
told
know.
don't cross the red line.
Don't cross the red line.
We wanted
Yeah.
to see what would happen. We
And
didn't get food for the entire
This
day.
man crossed the red line, as he was told to, and then sat on the table and then was dragged off, and nobody got food. We were all sent to ourselves hungry. I don't know that we got food the rest of the
We did
The
not
whole-
for
the
the rest of
entire
the
day,
day.
and that was
the
at
other
breakfast.
floors were able to get the rest of their food.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody
Nobody
got
was.
food.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
okay.
entire cell block was not allowed to have food for the entire day, and that was at breakfast time.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Nobody even got released.
I'm in cell block 1, so I probably got food.
Yeah, you probably got
Probably.
food. You weren't
But-
involved. Yeah.
No,
And
I wasn't there.
we also didn't get our yard time that day either, which
Yeah.
we found out the next day was that we got
When we got our yard
We
time.
actually got
Yeah.
our time.
we got breakfast, yard time, and dinner.
Yes. And so the next day, I was fascinated to see a dwarf for the very first time, and I wanted to befriend him.
Be friends with the dwarf.
He turned out he was a righteous asshole, and then promptly said some things about my mother, in which case I responded with things about his grandmother, and one thing led to another, and we ended up fighting, and I lost horribly.
Oh, wow.
I almost died. I got to 3 wounds, and it was bad. I had to actually use a possibility to change
Not
that.
die.
Yeah, to not die. But I will say that I was the last one standing that he dropped before I did to succumb to the facility, because they said everybody on the ground, arms and legs spread out or whatever, and I was like, no, I'm gonna grapple the guy.
And a gas was brought down.
Yeah. So there was gas brought down. When you step out of line, it seems like they gas the entire facility. So everybody gets stymied, or is it very stymied? I mean, it might depend on...
It was stymied.
Stymied, okay. I also found out that when I get hurt and try to turn into the jackal without a mask, I become very stymied.
Well, you were stymied,
Yeah.
but the gas made you
Oh,
very
okay. So it would
stymied.
just be stymied,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So, but when you combine them.
When you combine them.
Yeah, it's very bad for me. So I don't want to be involved in that as much as I can. At any rate, I was dragged off, and then I was sent to basically solitary confinement, and then I was healed with some spiritual healer back to full health, essentially. Now, I wasn't really around for the rest of the stuff in terms of what everybody else did, because I'm still not back in the cell as far as I remember.
Yes.
I think that's right.
Yeah, you're still in.
You elected to stay.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So you were given the option to
was
come
given the
back,
option.
and you chose to stay in your cell.
But while
Yeah.
you were in AdSec, Roger Boris made himself known to you and said, "Hey, tell your friends, make a move quick, and tell me what about it."
Yes.
Is he the last remaining member of Joliet Company that has not died helping us?
There's one of the females are still alive. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
I think Svetlana.
So I believe you guys had spoken with... We were sent in here to talk to Shuli Park, right?
No,
No.
we were sent in here.
Hida.
Takashi Hida.
Takashi Hida, okay. And he is a Yakuza daimyo that's currently in incarceration in cell block 3.
And who is the brother of the person that we were in contact with on the outside. And I endeavored to make the contact via telepathy, where I talked with him and kind of told him the situation. And he threw back that he really has no interest in joining the Delphi Council or being helped by them at all because he doesn't trust them because of his brother, who we found out he's not friends with.
Yeah.
And really kind of doesn't like.
And not just a Yakuza daimyo. He is the daimyo of the Yakuza in Tokyo.
Yes.
He's a big
He is the big name.
leader.
Yeah. He also mentioned about how his brother had a lot of ties to the magistrate, which then sent us up the conspiracy loop,
Right.
rabbit hole.
Is that potentially the way that Lady Nightbird and everyone else seemed to know that we were coming?
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. We did sense that there was another reality-rated person within this cell block,
Other than Senator Richard.
other than Senator Richard.
Who's within Hida's group.
Yes, he is within Hida's group.
We don't know for sure if it's Hida.
It would make sense.
Then you made a pact with.
Hida. The objective
Hida.
was to get him out if he wanted
Yes.
at the time we go. And I made that pact with him. So, sounds like he's willing to help us as much as he chooses to.
Yes.
That's kind of the pact I think I got.
But I have Shuli Park here.
Sunlee Park
Oh,
is the leader of the Rashiri of the Kang Pai.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't write an end to that. The Kang
So-
Pai what?
The Kang Pai is Korea's
Korean
equivalent of
Yakuza.
Yakuza. So
or
it is
underworld group.
right.
Okay.
It's basically it's Korea's organized crime faction.
Oh, okay. So we can talk to him about getting out of the prison and continue the search for the Breifne Crown.
Right.
That's what I have. The last thing I have written here. And also, you joined a gang.
Right now,
Yeah.
was it me? Did
Yeah,
Iggy approach
no,
me to join?
It was you because you were the big guy that he wanted
okay.
another big guy.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of extra people.
We kind of
because
been-
Aurora Tayoshi was basically sizing you up, and then went
Right.
over, and then Iggy used him as his intimidation tool to
Right, and so we,
recruit.
big air quotes here, we work for him now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we went back in from the yard, and
Hida also told us that likely the shard would be, if it was
Oh,
in
that's
the
right.
prison, the
Would-
shard would be in the warden's office.
office,
In
right,
the admin building.
which we learned is guarded by weapons that seem to be automated. That is up a huge wall.
Behind a tower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's quite a bit we're going to have to get through to get there.
And the warden is also possibility rated, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's right,
Yes.
too.
Yes, that is
Yes.
correct. So, yeah, this is it's a wild episode.
And the end of it ended with us going to dinner, and the group feels someone watching us, and Iara notices there is a male who turns out to be the Mossad friend of Donna Delight from back in the Nile.
Yes.
And he's been watching us, and I think that's where we left off.
That is
is.
exactly where we left off. So, Azrael, for the past couple days that you've been separated from the group, what has been systematically happening to you is you are at a constant state of being stymied as
Just one regular stymie?
yes,
Okay.
just regular stymied, and about 2 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, you get brought into an interrogation room and are basically tied to a chair in the middle and then systematically beaten.
Are they asking me for anything, or am I just getting my ass beat?
For the first day, not a damn thing. So the guards just take turns punching you, and where they're punching you at too, it's not to knock you out, it's just to cause pain. So, and then there's times when when they get up a little over exuberated in their strikes, a healer comes and heals you,
And then it
That's
happens all over and over and over
brutal.
again.
and then it happens all over again.
It sounds horrible.
So the next day, when you're brought in for your morning beating, the warden is there this time watching the beating and kind of overseeing it. And there is another person with them, and you can feel that they are both possibility rated.
The warden and...
And this additional person that he brought with them.
Do I know who this additional person is?
No, just
Okay.
anonymous Asian male.
Okay. And they're here for my breakfast meeting?
They're here for your breakfast meeting. But what happens this time is you're in regular contact with Max, and so Max was picking up like just pain as each time your beating comes, but this time you actually feel it being cut off.
So he's cutting off my telepathy with Max?
Something is. And when they beat you, again, it's just a constant beating, just punches after punches. As you just kind of start losing consciousness, you get revived, but not by magic this time, or not by healing, just through conventional means, smelling salts, stimulants.
So like the unpleasant kinds of
Yes.
smelling salts aren't fun.
Never had smelling salts.
Me either, but I know that they smell so rancid that that's what wakes you back up. Like it's not like they wake you up with flowers or something. Like it's so bad that you're like, oh.
Oh no!
And so at one point during the beating, when you're just kind of just like, just laying there, the blood from your nose and from your split lips mixing with the drool, and just kind of like this red just string of constant drool and blood that's dripping down your chin, swollen face, swollen nose, arms tied behind your back.
My eyes are tied behind my back?
Yeah. really, really creative. Arms tied behind your back. So this time the warden comes up and he says, "We know that you have been sent in here. That is not in question. What is questionable right now what are the abilities of your companions?"
I don't know.
Crack! And so one of the guards steps forward, just cracks you. Another guard steps forward. So basically they're just taking turns. One hits your face this way, then the other one hits your face back this way. As you kind of start going unconscious, you can feel somebody reaching down and putting some type of like metal between your fingers and squeezing your fingers and creating pain stimulation just to kind of get you back into consciousness. And so the warden holds up his hand, the guards back off. "I applaud your strength, and I applaud the loyalty. I assure you, you will not be leaving here, but the remainder of your stay is going to depend on you. Have you been briefed by your Delphi Council on the contagion that was visited upon Taiwan and other parts of the area?
We have.
Do you know how that contagion is spread?
No.
Pity. Do you know that person who transforms still retains a semblance of their former self, and the actions that they do, they know is wrong, but they do them anyway. So when a mother transforms and she rips into the throats of her children, there's a part of her that is screaming no, and a part of her that is desperately trying to fight the action she is committing, but she can't. Can you imagine such a terror occurring within the prison of one's own mind?
Who's the cause of this contagion? Because I think that would be the true villain.
That's not important right now. What's important right now is, do you want to experience that?
Is that a serious question?
It is.
Who would want to experience that?
Agreed. So, I ask this again. What are the abilities of your friends?
They don't come from my cosm. Why would I know?
You have been traveling together for quite some time and collecting certain pieces. You have fought by them and with them,
Sure, but that doesn't mean I know what they can do, by what mechanisms or what powers or what skills they have.
Your will is strong. Your body is strong. Let us weaken it a bit. And so he steps back. Crack! Crack! And they just kind of go back and start. So basically, it's this whole thing throughout the day. Roll willpower to resist questioning or to resist answering.
I'm not sure if I can.
What is that?
It's a willpower card.
What does it
To
say?
add
Plus
it.
3 to your roll.
It wouldn't help.
Okay, never mind. They're gonna.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I have it. 'Cause I haven't.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. We're not even there.
That's the cool thing about the cards is you can trade out of hand with
Yeah.
other players. So
I'm going to play this card as a possibility.
okay.
19.
19. So you're steering yourself, I don't know, as it continues. And so the warden is like, when you look at him, you don't see that he's frustrated. He's more like thinking and just kind of gauging. Take her back to the room. Heal her again. So you get dragged back to the
I'm gonna
room.
spit in his direction on my way by.
Nice.
He chuckles.
Nice.
I like this one. And you get drugged back to your room. So what you can only describe is like the healer comes in. He's dressed in the like priest robes and has the priest headdress on in a very traditional Japanese type of like kimono, masculine, but he's the healer, and so he comes in and you can feel him reaching out and actually heal you through possibility. And so it's a miracle that he's healing you with.
Okay. Is this the anonymous male that was with the...
No. So before, during the beating before,
Uh-huh.
you were able to maintain your connection.
Okay, but now I can't
But
because
now
someone
you
severed
can't
it.
because
Okay.
somebody is there fucking with it.
And can I tell who it was?
No.
So he's healing me in my quarters now?
Yes.
Or my cell room?
Yeah, in your cell. No food, no water this time during for your lunch. And the hours go by, and then you can hear the something just being emanated from the vents, and as an odorless, tasteless gas comes emanating.
Do I have a blanket?
No.
Oh.
Blank slab.
Do I have clothes on?
No.
Oh. So I was gonna, try to cover my mouth with something.
So nope. So during this entire time, when they stripped everyone down and did basically a squat and cough, you were dragged off and not given clothes.
Cool.
Rude.
And so as the gas comes in, you kind of start feeling yourself getting lightheaded, and you've know that this has kind of been the intro to when they come and collect you for your next beating, but you are very stymied at this point.
Oh, very stymied.
No, excuse me, stymied.
Oh.
Yeah, just
Okay,
stymied.
just one stymie.
Just one stymied. So, when you come in, again, the warden is there, and he's already waiting to the same room. They haven't bothered wiping up the blood that's been pooling on the chair. The piss, where you pissed yourself a couple times, is still on the chair. The puddle is still there. Yeah, and so they sit you back down, tie you back up again. The warden and the anonymous Asian male is still standing there, and you see him kind of close his eyes and then kind of wake back up and nod to the warden. And so the warden walks up and he says, "Are you ready to endure another round, or would you like to cooperate and save yourself needless pain?"
I don't have anything to tell you.
Very well. And so, whap! And so just crack.
And is it just the warden and the other guy, or there's the two?
The two guards are there as well.
So there's 4 people
So
total?
there's 4 people. And so after a few punches, this time what they actually start doing is now they're taking boots, like they're steel-toed boots that they have, and they're actually kicking your toes.
Oh.
They're
Ow.
kicking your shins with them.
Jesus.
There's something wrong with you, Greg.
Yeah, Greg out of prison.
Yeah.
Just don't commit crimes and you'll be fine. It's okay. Whatever crimes he deems worthy.
And so after a few minutes of both feet just getting hammered by these steel-toe boots, and so again, this time when they start punching you, they're not punching just in the face, they're aiming for like right in your ear. And so wham, just cracking on both of the ears to a point where you got that humming sound, and you're very stymied just from the beating that you're taking. So a little bit, after this, Another guard kind of comes in. They give you some sort of nasal spray that all of a sudden you can just feel your body just kind of get jacked up as your eyes start looking around, and it just your heart starts pumping, and you're just this synthetic hormones are racing through your body, and it brings you back alert again, and they just start cracking on you some more, not even asking questions, just beating you.
I'm letting them do it.
And they are very enthusiastically moving forward. So let's get to dinner. So that was the evening, so dinner time. You guys are in line and looked over, and you see Mossad agent that was with Dawn of Delight just staring death daggers at you guys.
Should I try and contact him?
Maybe we wait for him to
Contact
we're
us.
aware, and yes.
Do you have telepathy up right now?
Yes.
Can I hear that, or are you thinking that, or are you saying it?
I'm saying, well, telepathy, I'm saying it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who's there? What do you see?
Oh, that's right, you're not with
I'm
us.
not there.
And you would also know that you've been cut off from
Yeah.
Azrael.
So I'm going to let Ufa know that the Mossad agent, was his name Dennis? I don't remember his name.
I feel like it started with a D.
I feel like it was Dennis.
You guys were never...
We never
All right,
introduced.
throw that
We're
shit
both,
out.
we
All
both
right.
were on the same thing, though.
So Dennis Hida is
That's the
the
name I know he
ex-magistrate
is. All right.
and brother of Tokashi.
All right.
But that guy was just a nameless guy.
Ufa, do you remember the male that we met at Dawn of Delight's house that came at us saying that we had killed her?
Oh, yeah, it's the guy that was cooking when we first got there.
For some
Yeah.
reason, he is in jail here, which doesn't make much.
Oh, that's
No,
got.
that
I think
seems
that's
very
got
odd.
Hey,
Mossad
everyone.
written all over it.
What do you think the chances are that Mossad also is tracking us? What if we have what if we have a
extremely high.
mole within for both?
It's possible. I mean, Mossad is. very
Suddenly,
good
I
at what
don't
they
feel
do.
very confident about.
Why
the
would Mossad
Delphi.
be tracking us?
Well, not us, but where we go.
Did we-
In the sense that they think there's some reason, or if they have someone high enough up that they potentially are tracking us to see what we're getting.
Maybe.
Although at the same time, if that was the case, the one wrench in that is he would know, he would have to know that we would not have killed Donna Delight.
Yeah.
She was a contact. So I'm going down any road I possibly can. But my thought is potentially I can push into his mind and see if he's willing to talk. I'm curious, if nothing else, why he's here. That means
I
he
am
had to come
definitely
here.
curious for him. why
I
he's here
say
as well.
do it.
Okay.
Couldn't hurt.
So I'm going to, because I have one feeler available, I'm going to push in.
Okay.
Ooh, that's bad. So that is, I would still be successful, but the question is this. It's a 3. Is that a concern of a disconnect?
No, because you're attempting psionics in a cosm that supports that.
Okay.
The axiom's high enough to support it.
So I'm going to, one of the times he glares at us, I'm going to look back, raise my eyebrows, and then push in.
So when you raise your eyebrows, push in, you just kind of, you don't feel anything, but you know that you didn't grasp what you needed to. So
Okay.
and then when you raise your eyebrows at him, he just kind of, his scowl deepens, and he just kind of gives you this.
So how far back in line is he from me?
I mean, he's quite a ways back.
Damn. And we're down on the floor, so it's not,
Correct.
I can't trail down a hallway.
Correct.
But we're going to dinner.
We're going to dinner, so what do you guys think? He's blocking me at present. Do you
Let's
Maybe
wait
we
till we
just-
get to dinner, see
Yeah.
if he associates with anyone else.
Yeah,
agreed?
I agree as well.
Have a good time at dinner, guys.
Dinner goes by. I mean, he sits by himself, and then makes it very clear that anybody that sits near him, he does not want them by.
Do we want to just go sit with him?
I think we go sit with him.
I agree.
I will sit next to him. The two of you take the seats across from him.
As he comes as he sees you guys walking, he gets up and he moves over to a different table,
We'll follow him.
one that's crowded. And so when he sees you following, he actually moves into a table, pulls somebody who's sitting down like in the middle of the table, just puts his food just over on the table. The person kind of like, hey, and you see him just kind of reach up, just put him in a rear naked, just twist back and like hold the guy. All of a sudden, the guy just like about 10 seconds just goes unconscious, drops him, sits down, and he looks up at you and he says, or he goes,
Nods his head. All right. Well, now we have an empty table again because he was at an empty table. So we'll sit. So around him, who's he sitting next to? Is he sitting next to anyone that we know?
no one of note.
Okay. And nobody. I mean, they all saw it, but nobody reacted to it in any way.
Nobody went past the red line.
No, I mean the guards. I mean
The people at the table.
at the table. Nobody's
Did they
like,
have
"Hey,
a
that's my
reaction?
buddy."
No.
Okay.
And,
They got even deeper in their dinner.
and that's the kind of feel you got, because the way that he put this guy out was fast and proficient.
So they're
Well, I
not gonna-
completely understand that. I mean, this makes complete sense to me. Okay. So, Ufa, we moved in an endeavor to try and speak with him personally. He moved from the table. He won't let us approach. So, just keeping you up to date.
All right, thank you.
So, and Max, roll. I was going to say insight, but there is no insight.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, so you're not able to get a bead on him or his actions, or I mean, it's just too confusing.
And again, I understand power. I don't understand why he's not letting us approach, because I don't see fear. I don't see him worried that we're going to jump him. So,
Dinner goes by, and he makes a very distinct effort to stay away from the group of you.
okay. I don't think we're going to push on him for a little while.
Does
Yeah.
he eat the green lettuce, guys?
Oh, that's a good thought.
Did he eat the green salad that is from the fields?
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay.
That looks nasty.
I passed by a thing on the way here.
So did we. What did you see?
Just the field.
We didn't see a field. We saw it in a garden.
Oh, it was like a garden.
Was anybody working in the garden?
There was
Anyone?
nobody there at the time.
I wonder if they're picking the leaves from the out in like you would. I don't know.
And dinner goes by, everyone starts making their way back into the room. So let's cut back over to Azrael. Azrael, go ahead and make your willpower roll.
11.
11. So,
Oh, wait. 7, because I'm stymied.
Oh.
By very.
oh yeah, that's right. At this point, you are feeling compelled to answer. What you answer is going to still be, maintained up to you. And so, as this time, what they've been doing is just taking turns reaching in up underneath your bottom rib cage, and so you can just feel as they just dig in and grab one of your ribs and just kind of start pulling it apart from each side. So one of the guards on each side of your rib cage is just reaching in and just digging their finger in between your ribs and just pulling as you're screaming out. And so the warden comes up and he's like, shh, shh. You can still scream if you want.
I'm spitting in his face.
So he says, just kind of wipes it on your hair, and he goes, what are the abilities of your companions? Let's start with the big one. Reach and just pull.
I was like, he can fight. I don't know what he does. He can fight.
So he kind of holds up, and you feel that pain just all of a sudden recess. Like, he can fight. Unarmed, or is he weapon? He's a weapon.
I don't know. All I know is that he's in the group because he can fight.
And where is he from?
Not my cosm. I don't know where he's from.
I didn't ask you if he was from your cousin. I asked you, where is he from?
Somewhere else other than my cosm. That's all I know.
Reach in and just, and so the fingers dig in up underneath your ribs again, and then just start. And he said there just kind of waits about 30 seconds of this pain as it just continually and just kind of continued going, and he says, "Are you ready to answer?"
All I know is he's not from the cyber papacy.
He looks at both of them and he says, "Pull each rib out." And so this time you can feel them, and as they come in, and they just, as they both just reach hold and just yank. And so let's make a strength roll.
I fail.
Got Marilyn Manson.
Right?
What is your toughness?
6.
So yeah, this does actually going to be 2 wounds, as the rib on each side just gets, so how the ribs kind of just stick into your sternum, so it actually gets, I forget the term, but
The bottom 2 ribs don't. They're floaters.
not anymore. And so as those get displaced, and so he's quiet for a moment as you whimper and moan and just kind of grit your teeth. He's like, what realm is he in?
I don't know.
Roll willpower.
Because I'm trying to go... Oh, whatever. I used a possibility. Okay, yeah. 16?
16? Yeah, you're able to fight your way through it and grit your way through it. He's like, very well. Beat her until she passes out, and then bring her back and heal her again.
Okay. I was gonna try something, but I have -6 right now, so there's no way I'd.
Oh, there's plenty of ways. Things happening with glory.
So as he turns and leaves,
I'm gonna try to cast lightning at him.
Oh, that's interesting.
okay.
I feel like rolling on my notebook there was doing me dirty. Okay,
Yeah, well, clearly was.
that is. I'm just gonna do this because I want it to be better than that.
Nice.
Oh my god, I can do math.
What are you adding?
So 9 to 14, but minus
23.
6.
17.
17.
17, his dodge, you beat his dodge by a standard success.
And I'm going to play to add a bonus die to the damage of your successful attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So standard success is 16,
Plus.
ignores 4 armor,
Right.
Nice.
Nice.
21. 25.
25.
25.
I think that got his attention.
Motherfucker.
I don't know what they can do, but this is what I can do.
So what you see is as you all of a sudden you angle your hand as it's tied, just kind of twist your body so that way your lightning just kind of sparks down, boom, and just shoots out. You see it go through. All of a sudden, this force that you didn't see intercepts the lightning, and this whole thing just kind of lightning statics around him, but the power of your spell actually pushes through and it hits him, and he gets knocked back a few steps, and when the lightning dissipates, he coughs, he spits out this big old glob of blood phlegm, and he says, "My turn," and he hits you.
Do I
Fist?
die? Am I going to die?
Hits her with a fist?
No,
Okay, something.
he hits her with something.
Oh, boy.
And I left my reflect armor because I didn't want it to be taken from me, so I can't.
Are you out if you need more?
Yeah.
So your dodge
Or
is
this one?
Your dodge?
My dodge?
actually you're restrained, so you don't have a dodge.
Oh, okay.
What is your toughness?
6. Hold on, everybody's handing me cards. Play when soaking damage. Automatic outstanding success. Okay. Play to give all
That's
Storm Knights their
probably going
choice.
to be the one.
That'll
Yeah.
be the one.
Well, the problem with that is no possibility. Can only soak with possibility, so.
Nope. Oh, yeah. So
Yeah, good point.
that's what that one is to get.
This is
get
play to
you
give
one.
all Storm Knights their choice of one possibility, draw from their destiny deck, or they can recover 3 shock. And this is play
Oh,
after
that's-
an opponent has succeeded at targeting.
Oh,
you.
the title is all that
The
matters.
effect on you is nullified.
Opponent fails, I'm assuming.
If this was a contest, so opponent fails, or should everybody get a possibility?
I love the thought of everyone getting a possibility, but it means that you're doing a soak roll. So
Or opponent fails.
I think the opponent fails would be the
I think
most
opponent
impressive,
fails,
so
yeah.
we trade.
Yeah.
But I think that becomes the most impressive thing.
For-
Greg's going to have to explain it, but it doesn't matter. Give me one.
So no, you don't.
Well,
Opponent fails.
did the opponent pass?
Oh, the
Oh,
opponent
yeah,
succeeded.
they're-
Oh, he
okay,
succeeded.
He succeeded.
I didn't.
We were well past
That's right,
that point
because
when
she
we were all
doesn't have a
trading.
dodge. That's right. I was not paying attention.
So the question here is an attack a test?
Okay.
I think we determined that it was last time.
Yeah, I
Because you
think
still
we-
have to roll what?
Yes.
You're testing against my, dodge.
Yeah.
So
Even if it's the 0?
but it's still
It's
yeah,
still a
it's still a
It's
test.
still a test, yeah.
It's just a really easy one.
Yeah.
So what happens is when he says, after he spits out, "My turn," and he just kind of throws his hand out right there, and you can see him concentrating, and then all of a sudden you just feel inside of your body just this heat, and your body actually starts to burn, but you realize that this is going to cause damage, and you just through sheer willpower and through just the possibility force that you exert forward, it actually is this wave that pushes back and actually knocks people back a step as you change a possibility around you. And he kind of takes a step back, this look of shock on his
Yeah,
eyes
there
as
we
his
go.
eyes widen up, and then he gets this really kind of predatory smile on his face, and then he says, "It's 4 against 1 now." And we'll move into initiative.
Oh.
So this is a standard heroes first, villains are fatigued.
Nice.
Yeah, they've been punching on you. They're exhausted.
What kind of restraints am I in?
You're basically it's just a metal chair.
Okay.
Your hands are tied behind your back,
With.
just the cordage. So
I'm trying to see if an EMP pulse will do anything to the whatever's
The restraints.
So no, the cordage that you're tied to is actually just some type of synthetic rope. And so not even they didn't even use handcuffs. They just kind of went old school, and so
Duct
your
tape.
hands are tied behind your back, and then your ankles are tied to the chair of the legs of the chair as well, because they didn't want you moving your feet when they were kicking your toes.
If you could have an incredible success, though, with the EMP, this could speed this whole game up.
Do you do anything?
EMP pulse
Okay.
Come on.
Let's go.
at a -6.
You never know.
I just need to roll like 5, 10s, or 20s.
Hardly.
Oh no.
However, we are allowed to pass possibilities, so I'm going to pass you one.
Okay. So 13. 9. I'm sorry I wasted your possibility, Barry.
Not a waste. It was an attempt.
What was your DN for it?
It says conjuration 12, but my conjuration's 14, so I used 14.
Right. But what
That's
was your
your-
difficulty number that you had
Oh,
to
I'm
get?
sorry, 10.
Yeah. So with a 9, you as you go to cast, what's preventing you from casting though is one of the guards and their gloved hands is full blown just jamming their fingers right into your mouth.
Ugh.
And
That's
so
disgusting. Ew.
so basically what he's doing is just fingers just kind of went deep into your mouth, and then he grabs underneath your chin with his thumb and then forms a fist, and the leather on his gloves and the sand in his knuckles is actually what's protecting him from you biting down, as he's just holding you from casting and
I
gagging
hate
you.
your prison.
The warden, he kind of sees that and just sees the frustration and anger on your face, and he I'll see you tomorrow. And he turns and walks out with the anonymous mail, and then you look up and just see a fist coming straight at you as we cut back over.
Lights out.
So were we heading back to our room now?
Back to your room. Yep.
When is our meeting with the Korean?
I don't think we have one yet, right?
I thought Takashi Hida was supposed to.
Oh yeah, we're
meeting-
supposed to check each morning to see
Yeah,
if he's
Oh,
got
we're
it.
waiting for him to tell us.
Gotcha. So it looks like we're headed back to our cells.
And back to yourself. The night goes by unless anyone is attempting to do anything.
Nope. I'll keep the discussion up for a little while and then let it go once we've done talking. But I sadly have no new inspirations. I can't get through to Azrael. We've now been severed. So, Ufa, any word on you coming back?
As of right now, I declined the first invitation to come back.
Understood.
I'm kind of curious to see what would happen.
Well, let's see if Roger comes in and speaks with you again. I'm not sure what we can do, but
Yeah.
maybe some piece of inspiration will come from him. As I see it right now, we have a reasonable belief that the shard is in the warden's office. So at the simplest level, we need to get into the office, grab the shard, and get out. That's extremely simplified, but that's what we need to do.
Yes.
Anything I'm missing?
Aside from the
that's-
complications,
Again,
along the
that's-
way-
How to
yeah,
get
what
to
I'm
it. That's
saying
what
is
baseline,
This is the base.
Yes, that's what that is our
I
ultimate goal.
think we need to figure out how to get into other sections of the prison.
Right.
Could you query Takashi Hida as to possibly getting on, or how you would about how you would get on some kind of work crew?
I will do that. I will
Alright.
do that in the morning.
I also just had an idea of we come in to the rec yard from a certain door, I'm
Right.
assuming. I possibly have the ability to open locks. Well, we don't know what time the other quad is open. But
We
I
know
could
that we
possibly
know that they
open-
come out soon after us,
Right.
but again, allowing us to stay in there. Are you suggesting we move to potentially a door and run into the next building?
Possibly.
Can anyone remember the layout? Was there a door at the base of the central tower where we think the warden is? I can't remember if there was one there.
I don't remember, but we should definitely look.
I don't recall, unfortunately.
Okay, let's look
On my
at
way
that.
back, I'll make sure, because I'm sure they'll offer me to come back soon.
Okay,
And I might even just try to start singing loudly and annoying them until maybe they put me back here. Or maybe I'll just get my ass whooped. Either way, it's something that's happening. I can use it to gather intel.
I'm also going to test this next time we come out for breakfast to see if they are aware of me using magic. They have not seemed to be as concerned about the professor using his mind tricks until he pushes people to do stuff they're not supposed to be doing.
well maybe they don't know that he has it. My fear with you is if Lady Nightbird is involved, even if she is hidden in her position, I'm sure she's let known that you, well, maybe not, but I
Potentially.
suspect she's let known that you have magic.
I will use a very minor spell that will not be
Okay.
obvious.
Everyone get a good night's sleep. We have work to do tomorrow.
That evening at dinner, and so when the guard brings in the dinner and sets it down, you recognize Boris's voice.
Oh.
And then as he sets down his dinner, he's like, "What is the plan?
We don't have one yet.
Get on it."
I'm trying. Have you seen Azrael?
No, she's been locked up in AdSeg.
I'm not in AdSeg?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in one.
Okay. Is she in a different AdSeg or is she in this one?
Somewhere in this building, I don't know where.
Okay. How far does this go up?
4 floors.
4 floors? Is it generally pretty busy or is it pretty quiet all the time?
Why are you asking? What is the goddamn plan?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How do we get into the center?
And so he sits down. By then, Ace walks out.
Yeah. All right, time to start singing. I'm just going to start singing very loudly music from the 30s.
You sing all night long to your heart's content.
Yep. And do I feel it like echo out of this room, or is it just staying within this room?
It's staying mostly within the room. It's dampened.
Damn it. I tried.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Damn it. That's kind of the benefit of having no guards around and just surveillance. You can just turn the volume down.
So, next morning, guard comes in before normal time, and it's not Boris. And so he says, it's time to go back to your room.
Oh, really? I was just getting comfortable.
Up.
Fine. I stand up.
And so he escorts back. So all of you guys see Ufa is getting escorted back into your guys' room that you have.
So when I come through this garden to cell block 3, or quad block 3, sorry, do I see a door anywhere to get into admin?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So you were in AdSeg here, and so as you guys were walking down through past the tower, right up here, there's a door right there.
The problem is, just so you know, this is where we get exercised. I didn't think you were coming through there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put.
But there is a door there.
There is a door here. Now, is there like someone standing in front of it? Is it just a small single-person door, or is it a large door?
Single entry door.
Single entry door. Okay. Does it have a doorknob?
No, it does not.
That's not. Does it have a door handle?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's good. At least there's a handle. But I'm just silently taking note of this, and then I'm kind of telepathically letting everybody else know, and let them know that I am coming back.
Very good. Looks like you're coming back before breakfast.
Very good. Hopefully I'll get some decent breakfast. I don't think I'll pick a fight with the dwarf this morning.
No.
So as you guys go through breakfast, unless anything's happening, it kind of goes by without.
When whoever's in front of me grabs their tray and starts to walk away, I'm going to cast Dropsy on him.
What is?
The target drops one equipped item held in a hand. Picking up the item is simple action, but it's trying to make him to drop his thing.
So go ahead and roll.
The idea being to check the repercussions for casting magic.
Exactly. It's against his strength or applicable skill.
And you're just some rando?
Yeah, some
Okay.
rando. So it's a 16.
Okay. And so is this before he gets the food or after he gets
After
his
he
food?
gets his food. As he's like, he's gotten his food, he starts to walk over to the tables.
So it's walking over the table, and then his eyes kind of go wide, and his hands just open up, and the tray just kind of drops down to the ground, and he's like, looks around, and then you hear from the loudspeakers, it's like, pick it up and eat it.
Nothing else happens, though?
Nothing else happens. So he goes down and picks up what he dropped, bone up on his plate. It's just all a mess now.
I give him a pat on the back as I walk by. And then go eat. And then tell them telepathically.
We're in the morning. We're
Yeah, yeah.
connected
Oh,
again.
yeah,
I just don't
that's
do
what-
it during the night.
And that's what I figured.
That can be
Since
really
we're
bad.
since we're out and about, I'm assuming it's up. So there was.
Do you roll each morning for the telepathy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, I have been. I didn't remember today. That's not a 1. So, yeah.
Okay, and how many people? But it goes by
4.
how many people, right?
The base is 4. All I have to do is succeed, and the base is 4.
Okay.
And it's right now just the 3.
Did you try to include Azrael
No.
in the morning? Just when she's cut off, then.
No, I mean the cutoff was there. It was extreme. I'm assuming that she's been blocked.
Okay.
I might at some point try later where I can put my entire focus on it. But
Okay.
It doesn't seem like they noticed that I used magic, or at least there was no.
that's good. And
That
so
was-
far they haven't reacted to the professor's abilities either. So it may be something where we keep what we have hidden for as long as we can and
Definitely.
utilize it.
Yeah.
This morning, nobody comes for you, and you were not healed.
So I'm still very stymied with 2 wounds.
Yes.
Oh,
I could also potentially, since it's been some days since we've been here and we're not any closer to figuring out what to do, I could try another foresight spell, which possibly could give me some insight into what we could do.
That's something that you can do at breakfast. Have you used this before? I don't know what this is.
Yes, we used it. I don't remember when we used. I used it
I think
at.
we used it in the maze.
Maybe
Didn't
that
you
was
use it
it.
in the maze?
Oh, that's how you came up with the idea?
Yes.
Yes. If it's a spell that can tap into something, absolutely use it.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Foresight, which is a cantrip, can only be used once per day. Spellcaster thinks of a person, item, area, or course of action and receives an indication about the situation. On a success, the diviner may look at the top card on a drama deck and then return it to the top of the deck. At the GM's discretion, it may give the diviner a vision of a possible future. So my DN is 10.
Okay.
It is. Do I want? It's a 12.
And then,
A 12 is good.
Yeah, it is a good.
but what do you get for a good and an outstanding success?
It doesn't have that option. It doesn't give me.
I think it's giving the
it's
game
based
master
on,
his.
it's your discretion.
your
So that's why I'm
discretion.
thinking. Should I try to bump it up?
So what I will say is this:
Okay,
if you get an outstanding roll, you get more information.
that's what I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. So
I'd
that's
say
why I'm
do it.
thinking. Yeah, roll to bump it up more.
So the 6 instead is a 16.
16. So that is a 19.
You wanted the 20, so you get the outstanding.
Do you have a card that adds to a whatever it is roll?
I have a
play 3 to add to any other character's total. So I have a supporter.
Okay.
Oh no, she has to play
It's a
it.
supporter
Oh,
card.
your support. Okay,
Yeah,
you're-
But the
I have to
question
play
would
it.
be, how would you support it? Do we need a game mechanic for it? Does she need to trade to one of us?
So it's a supporter card?
Yeah.
It just says play to add +3 to somebody else's total.
No. I
No, you're good with it?
you
All
guys are
right.
Storm Knights.
Good.
22.
22.
Like your fear for my safety has inspired you.
There we go. I like that. There we go. Good one. Yeah.
And so, and just each time you keep reaching out to your companions, and just that positive energy of reaching out, though, somehow, helps support this.
Yes.
So, as you start, you get these fleeting glimpses. And so, just kind of like this sequence of events.
Okay.
So, the very first thing that you see is the admin building. The next thing that you see is some type, you don't know what it is because it's not your realm, but some type of power source. Then you see your magnetic locks disengaging.
Nice. That's a good sign.
And then you get a glimpse of a fight with the warden. You can't tell what's going on, but you just get a glimpse of the fight. And to your horror, you get a glimpse of yourself and Lady Nightbird back to back fighting Shang-Chi.
Oh God.
I was pretty sure I was right on that one. Okay.
Okay. As I'm sitting at the table, just kind of in this daze, but paying attention to what's.
So, Greg, let me ask you. I'm sorry to
ahead.
interrupt, but let me ask you. With the telepathy up, we've allowed it to send sight and signals. Up to you. Would that cross the line? Do all of us see it,
I
or would
think
she need
what
to have
those-
to still tell us?
I think with those mental images up, you would all see it.
Okay, that was
Except for me.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That was it. That's what happened. That gives me an idea. So the admin building, the power source. I remember Azrael had the ability to shut power down. Maybe, possibly, she could shut down the power in the building, which would allow us a chance to disengage all the magnetic locks in the building, which would allow us the chance to get in there, go up. I'm assuming the fight with the warden is us. The last part makes me very much believe my thoughts, which is I think Nightbird is in here hidden as well.
Agreed.
I'd agree with that.
So,
I also have the ability to open locks as well.
do you?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as my magic works the way I want it to, I can open locks.
And so far it seems that way. So,
With the image of the magnetic locks disengaging makes me feel like I would have the ability. Because it only works on normal and electric locks. Magnetic.
And there's a door that leads into the admin building that just has a handle and presumably no lock.
okay. So it would benefit us at that time to start a riot.
Yes.
to get as many people fighting guards as we can. Without electricity, that may reduce their ability to watch what's going on via cameras, etc. If that's the case, I don't think there's any inmate in here that wouldn't like to take a little of their frustration out on a guard.
Yeah.
But we need to be able to get to Azrael.
Yes, that is a piece. We either need to get to Azrael or, well, we either need her to come here or we need to get to her.
Yes.
And I believe, with as efficient as this has been, I believe it is going to happen. I think it's going to be quelled quickly. So I'm going to drop my connection to the three of you. I'm going to try and use my full force to hammer back in and see if I can reach her this morning.
Good luck.
Okay, good luck.
If something odd happens to me, like I pass out, keep my head out of this, endeavor to keep me looking like I'm awake. So I am going to push out with my telepathy. That may not be so bad. 16.
You know what it's like to battle another psionicist, and so the psionicist that was blocking you is not present. So you're able to immediately reach out to Azrael.
Ooh, that's... Azrael, I'm sorry I struck in so hard. We were disconnected. Somebody, I pushed out with everything expecting to try and spike through this guy, and he wasn't there. So, how are you?
Not good.
Describe not good. And you hear me just being super technical right now.
What hurts? I think I'm dying. I think they're gonna kill me.
We need to get you out of there. We have a possible plan. If you agree to it, we will endeavor to put it into play, and I will describe her the whole thing that we've been talking about.
And you can even send her the images that you saw through your connection.
Through the connection. I'm going to do
Iara.
all of that. I mean, it's going to take a little bit. But will you be able to travel? Will you be ready? Someone will be able to help you. And I let her know that Boris is in here. I'm going to just literally update her on everything that we've had, so you are completely in the loop again.
One thing that you've noticed, it's always been the same two guards. So it's not a rotation of guards.
I don't know if I can move, and then, wheezing. Because
If it's necessary, I shall carry you. There's nothing weird about that. He is dead set. We will try today. I'm going to talk with our contact with Takashi. I am hoping that he's going to get me a connection with the leader of the Kang Pai in here. Ufa's back. I'm going to see if I can get him to endeavor to speak to the dwarf and the Adinos. Maybe, possibly, he's got an in now. I mean, he didn't give up, and the dwarf seemed to respect that. So, a whole bunch of moving parts. I am going to back out a bit, but I'm going to leave you connected with us so that you can tell us what's going on. And if we're blocked, I will try and hold my connection to you.
the warden keeps asking about you guys. I think he knows something.
What questions is he asking?
What powers you have and where you come from. He knows something.
Maybe give him a little bit. Does he know what you can do?
He does now.
I smile. Very good. Very good. Has he asked who they are? Because maybe you don't need to give up all of us.
He knows we're Delphi, but he wants to
I understand,
know.
but has he identified specifically who? Flash Professor, Flash Ufa, Flash Iara, Flash me. Has he asked specifically who? Or has he just asked you to talk?
Asking about cosms and powers.
And have you told him anything about anyone?
I'm trying not to.
Maybe give him something small. Nightbird is here. Maybe give him that Iara is from Isle. Give me a moment. Everyone should be involved on this. And I'm going to back out. Not release, but ooh, nice. Yeah, and connect all of us up. I have the ability to connect up to 10 with that roll.
Wow.
I don't know who else to bring in, because I don't think, does anyone remember? I don't think I've connected to Boris yet.
No.
Not yet.
Okay. And I can't without seeing him. All this is sight. The only other person I can, and I'm going to tell you guys,
The senator.
I could potentially bring in Senator Richard. I could potentially bring in Hida.
Maybe.
I
don't
don't
think-
think this specific
Okay.
conversation
Yeah.
we
Very
should
good.
bring in anybody else.
Azrael is not doing well. We may have to carry her out. Azrael, everyone is connected now. So it was brought up that the warden is trying to pull out of her what cosm people are from and what abilities they have. And my suggestion was to not get her in a worse condition than she's already in, to potentially give us up.
What if she gives up Lady Nightbird?
Or if she gives up.
We know Lady Nightbird's abilities.
I didn't think about
That's
that.
an interesting.
That's a really interesting thought. Azrael, you could say, fine, the most important thing, and give up Lady Nightbird as one of the guards who's infiltrated and is part of the group and is part of Delphi and is not with us. I mean, is not in jail with us.
May be better to start with something smaller, because it wouldn't make sense to give up our leader, or which would essentially.
I see what you're saying.
was
Okay, so who?
You can tell him about Tristan. It's not a
Yes.
lie.
Give up Tristan initially, explain his abilities, and then
Tristan was before you were
the first
First
Ufa.
information.
Yeah.
Tristan is of the Living Lands,
Yeah.
And he was
and he was superior with a missile weapons,
Yeah.
yes,
which he doesn't have at present.
and then give up that there's a necromancer in
No,
his guard.
See if that's enough. But then the second would be to give up.
That there's a necromancer within his guard ranks.
I think we
And
endeavor to
that's
keep the
Lady
professor
Nightbird?
hidden. Yes. I think we keep the professor hidden unless he specifically identifies who you're asking. I think he doesn't know how many are here.
Yes.
I just think he knows that we're here.
Now, when he asks about Tristan, though, is he going to ask for? If he asks for what does Tristan look like?
She can tell him. You still look the same. As
Well-
Ufa, you look the same.
I'm not as wild looking.
Agreed. But you couldn't have come into the prison. We could never have come in here if you looked like you used to.
And
Yeah.
he's
So
already aware.
shaving you, cutting your hair, putting you in clothing would still leave you as you.
Okay.
And we already get the idea that he's aware that we're here.
Right.
So giving up that you are you is not, or
Right.
that you're here isn't a big reveal.
Okay.
Yeah. And just go along the... I have been trussed up and tortured many times. There's a point at which you're willing to give up anything. So give up what you want to give up amongst these. See what it gets you. See if there's a trade-off. See if he maybe heals you in trade for giving up Tristan. If that's not enough, do we give up Lady Nightbird yet next, or do we talk about me? Because what is there to tell? Telling him that I'm from Tharcold, I don't know if that's important. Telling him that I can fight, I think most of the people in here can fight.
Yeah.
And there's not much else I do.
I think that that's a good idea.
So I would be your second.
But
If Tristan's not enough, then me, then Nightbird, and stop there.
He already knows you can fight. He got that out of me yesterday.
Okay, so you've given everything you need to of me? Or is there something else he was asking?
He wanted to know what caused him, but I didn't.
My friends, I say give me up.
I agree. And maybe then that's enough for the smaller amount,
Yep.
and then go to that he has a necromancer within his, as a lieutenant within his guard ranks.
Agreed. Myself, then Tristan, then Lady Nightbird. But see where you can stop. If he lets you stop and he will heal you, stop there.
My concern with giving you up entirely, especially with telepathy, is that
Not entirely.
Okay.
I am an exceptional fighter, which I
I'd
truly
say so.
am.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And the fact that I'm from Tharcold, it appeared that's what he was asking. So I don't see that would be an issue.
Okay.
I agree.
And I will hold the connection with us as long as I can.
So as conversation is going on, you hear that telltale tss as the gas starts getting released into your room.
Azrael, you're getting hazy. What's going on?
They're coming.
Okay, stay strong.
You got this, Azrael.
So this time when the door opens up, it's the guards, and they come in, and the warden actually comes in. Wardens never came in behind them before. So this time the warden holds up, basically it looks like a ball gag with the harness on it, but the ball on it looks like it's spiked.
Oh.
And so he kind of holds us up and he says, the ingenious thing about this is it is small enough to insert into your mouth and cause discomfort.
I thought you were going to say insert into somewhere else. Okay.
To insert into your mouth and cause discomfort. But every time that you bite down in pain, you end up piercing the inside of your mouth. We'll see how much you perforate yourself after this morning's session. So he hands it to the guards. The guards come over and they very roughly start manhandling you and basically tie in this ball gag that is spiked. The gag itself is metal, so very uncomfortable. And if you hold your mouth open, where, the point where you actually can feel you're having to stretch your jaws and you get that ache in the hinge of your jaws, you're not biting down or pushing up against the spikes. It's uncomfortable. It's going to be basically another -2 to any type of concentration, but you're not actually causing physical damage. And
Okay.
do you walk to the interrogation room?
I feel like I'm pretty fucked up and can't walk.
So one grabs your ankle, the other guard grabs your other ankle, and they just just kind of drag you off the bed. Roll me willpower. Just straight willpower.
You could pass out. with it.
There's no way.
Don't.
No.
Okay, and you can now taste blood as just instinctively you bite down just as the pain, but you can't clench your teeth because you bite into this ball gag that's spiked. So now you're also bleeding as you get dragged to the interrogation room. So when they tie you up into the same chair, nothing's been washed. You're starting to smell like the stale urine. The blood's coagulated and clotting as trying to clot as it's mixed with your spit and urine. And they plop you down and tie you back up your ankles and your hands. And so the guard kind of stands by, same 2 guards, getting ready to hit. The warden steps forward and he says, "Are you ready to talk this morning? We know what you can do, so..."
And I'm just gonna lull my head back like I can't even right now.
So he reaches over and grabs your cheeks and pushes them into the spikes. So do you react or do you try to play it off as you're passed out?
Well, I'm not playing it off like I'm passed out. I'm just so exhausted that
And so he's like, "Wakey, wakey," as he shakes and digs the spikes into your cheeks. And so he's like, "Come on." He slaps your cheeks and slapping the cheek into it. He's like, "You need to wake now." Do you wake? Or your eyes, open your eyes, look at him?
Yeah, I feel defeated. So I'm not sitting there glaring at him, but I'm also not faking I'm passed out. I'm just
Oh, okay. So he pulls back, then he says, this really fake sigh of concern. He's like, "I just so wish you would have cooperated sooner. Let's take this pesky thing out, shall we?" And he reaches behind and undoes, and then open wide. Open. There you go. Who is your companion, the big one? What is his name?
Max.
That's what we have as well. Are you still connected?
Oh.
You guys are still connected,
Yes.
right? So how much of this are you sending to him, to the group?
However much I can reasonably do without a whole bunch of effort.
It's all thought, so it's
Okay.
very little effort.
Okay.
So basically, out of character, you guys are going to be able to hear the conversation.
Okay.
And then even chime in, so it's not metagaming because you'll be able to throw in.
Perfect.
It's like, that's what we have as well. And what cosm is he from?
Tell him.
The one with all the demons?
That would be Tharkold.
Tell him I think so.
I think so.
Very good. The other female, what is her name?
Give him a light Nightbird instead of me.
Lady Nightbird?
And he goes, you see the look of confusion on his face. He's like, "You were doing so well." Open wide.
Oh.
Do you open your mouth?
No.
Crack! As you just get hit right into the temple. And so after, open wide. Do you open? So the 2 guards forcefully try to pry your mouth and jaw open. Are you going to fight?
I'll try.
What is your toughness?
6.
6. They're able to get your mouth open, and he puts the ball gag in, secures it, and so he's like, I'm wondering if we should have you healed first, or we just take a chance and see how much you have left.
Say nothing.
She can't.
He's yeah.
So he says, let's start with the temple. So when the guard, boom, just kind of cracks you right in the temple. So your head kind of goes by. Roll willpower. As the pain just instinctively bite down, but then the spikes on the ball gag just pierce, and you, as blood is just starting to kind of cough and breathe in blood and aspirate the new perforations that's in your mouth. And so he's like, well, that's not good. He's like, let's try the other temple. Crack! As a punch kind of comes. And you guys, again, are just, she's sending these strikes and these words. And so after that one's done, are you ready to answer? You can give a simple nod or shake your head no.
I shake my head no.
He's like, you are definitely quite a stubborn one. And so...
Azrael, the next hit, give in. Just pass
it
out.
Seems they already have the information.
No.
Give in to
A good
the-
strike,
yeah,
just relax.
Yeah.
So
Let them knock you out.
So this time, what the strike comes is he kind of comes down, rears up, but then doesn't hit on your head. He comes down and just punches you right on top of the kneecap. Roll willpower.
You should just. I don't need to roll because I'm -6. It's fine. I just failed them all.
And so again, as the pain and just bites down. And so one thing that you find yourself that you're noticing is the spikes are, as the pain continues, are also starting to go into your tongue, which will affect your casting, the verbal component of it too.
There's a verbal component.
Yes, because you're casting a spell. So like you're chanting spell. Let's just double check.
I know it is for Iara. I'm not.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
not-
100% sure for
okay.
Azrael if it is.
191 is lightning.
I don't think for her hand. When she casts like fear and stuff, yeah, but I don't know about her hand.
Okay. So there should be a verbal component on the spell itself. So if it doesn't have a verbal component, then you're good to go.
No, there's no verbal component.
Okay.
Well, is it an actual spell? Because at the beginning of spells on magic, it does say that you have to speak it.
No, there's no.
But hang on a second, because it doesn't say it on the specific spells.
Oh.
All of the spells. If it is a magic spell, at the beginning of magic, it explains that you have to use some speaking. I thought it was specific to your arm.
You're casting.
Yeah.
Must be able to speak and move in empty hand.
Okay.
So that's why they put the gag in, because you weren't here for the first time, but your group was the only one that was... Actually, no, I think it was just you that were gagged, right? Or were all of you gagged?
Everybody was gagged.
Okay, yeah, so your group was the only one that was gagged, though.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I didn't either. Okay.
Yes.
Of the entire plane, we were the only ones that were gagged.
And when you got brought in for processing, yes.
I did not notice that. I thought everybody was gagged.
And so then the other guard comes down, cracks just down up on your other kneecap. And so the warden looks down, he says, are you ready to talk again? You can shake your head no or nod yes.
I'm gonna shake my head no.
I really do admire you. I'll see you this afternoon. And he turns and walks out. And this time the guards, what they're hitting is they're just hitting up and down your legs. And so deadening your legs, just right into the muscle, looking just to cause pain and discomfort and make you bite down each time on the spike gag. So all through breakfast, you can just hear Azrael just getting punched and punched and punched.
I think that he knows who Lady Nightbird is because when I tried to give her up, he was like, oh, like he already knew.
I'm not sure. The
Well,
other
he
option
did
is...
specifically ask about Iara and what her name was.
No,
He
You
said female. He
Right,
said
the
the
other
other
female.
female.
Right, which would be you.
Right, but it could also. That's. I am assuming
If
they
he
know.
knows
Yes,
what
yeah.
if he
knows
does
us.
know anything about you,
Right.
and Azrael called you Lady Nightbird, then he'd know that was not correct.
Right.
So
Or he's expecting her to say Iara.
Right.
right.
But it could. The fact either he knows about Lady Nightbird or he's just thinking that she's given up the wrong name.
Right. I think it's the second. I think it's the latter. I still
agree.
do.
Okay.
Breakfast goes by. When you guys go into your rooms, excuse me. So while breakfast was going on, I want everyone to roll a mind.
Wow, a 12.
That's a 1.
The professor's
26.
distracted. He got a 6.
Okay. Who rolled above a 10?
26.
So the two of you, while everyone's eating, you see guards actually come in from the side entrances onto the 3rd floor. 2 goes into your room, 1 goes into your room, 1 goes into your room. And they don't come out during the time that you're eating.
Did everyone, and I can talk with you guys, did everyone notice the guards went into our rooms?
Yes.
The guards?
No,
What
I
guard?
didn't see that.
Oddly, 2 of them went into the room that you and I are in, Ufa, at least were in. I'm not sure what's going on. I have a suspicion we will be joining Azrael soon.
Were all the guards male?
They were in
Gears
full,
you
like,
could
Kanala,
see.
yeah. They were in full kit.
Okay.
So at this point, I say we give in as much as we can and try and keep ourselves hale and healthy, because if this is going to happen, it's going to happen quick.
Which
Ufa, has Boris come back?
He did. He asked me what a plan was, and we
Ufa's back
didn't
with
have a
us.
plan.
It was back with us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Back away from
But
that.
I did
that makes
explain to you.
No,
that-
that explains why there's 2 in our room. I was thinking, why are there 2 in my room? If he's still
Yeah.
there, I forgot
Yeah.
that he's back with
Yeah, I'm
us.
back now. Yeah.
We
So-
should we reach out to Takashi and
I will do that now. So I will pull back from Azrael, letting her know, relax. We will come back. Do your best. And I'll push into Takashi with that. Again, I've created this thing where I kind of come in, but my objective is to make a bow.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, may I enter? Even though we've been doing this for the last 2 mornings, I want to be respectful.
You get a little glimpse of surprise, but then he receives you.
Has there been any word about Sunley Park? It sounds like, to keep you informed, this may be something that has to happen very soon.
I am waiting to get word back from him to whether or not he is going to receive you.
What you have seen of the prison, if there was a chance for the inmates to get back at the guards, do you think they would? I mean, not all of them are leaders. Not all of them would jump at the chance. But do you think they would if there were potential of no repercussions? We are considering endeavoring to shut electricity or power to the prison.
There's a silence for a moment, and then he comes back and he says, I will assume that you will have the ability to carry that out. But let me ask you this. What have been your observations of this place so far?
It's extremely well run, regimented. I've never seen a prison like this, and I've been in prison before.
What about the behaviors of the inmates themselves?
They seem to have been conditioned, almost a mind control.
Yes, it is a conditioning, isn't it? So he says, what happens when somebody crosses the red line?
There's a reaction to it.
Is the reaction immediate?
No, it wasn't.
He says, was there an immediate command to
There was an
comply?
immediate command.
And when the command was not met with compliance, then there was a reaction.
Right.
So what does that tell you?
They can see us at every level, at every point.
They expect them to follow the
You can almost feel surprise as the other voice comes in.
They've been conditioned to follow the command.
Understood.
So they expected.
We would need very strong individuals if there was going to be a riot to attack again against the guards.
Yes, but when the fight occurred between the dwarf and the other, he doesn't know he's one of the companions.
That was me.
He's like, how many people are in this conversation?
Iara, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello.
4 of us, including you.
Okay, so when the fight occurred between you and the dwarf, did the guards approach?
Not until after everybody else was down.
They don't care if we kill ourselves.
I understand.
No, I don't think you do yet. They don't care if we eliminate ourselves. What this place is and why it is so successful in rehabilitation is because it is conditioning and programming.
So you don't think anyone would rise against the guards except us?
Not those unless they are strong of mind or have the ability to alter their own realities.
so other reality rated people?
Yes.
Are you reality
How do you know about that?
rated?
Ufa, do the math.
Read the room, Ufa.
He's reality.
He's
rated.
reality. He is like us.
Okay.
I know that there is at least one other. You don't think they would even fall in line if someone were to start it?
I think the purpose of this prison is to condition those who come in. Who is the populace of the prison? Do you see your standard run-of-the-mill criminals?
No, it's mostly people
Political
outside of my
dissidents.
world. Yeah,
Agreed. And so those that speak out against the government, or more
That's what it
importantly,
means.
the
Okay.
corporation,
Are they keeping them in check through magic or through other means?
I do not believe it's magic. I believe it's just simple neuro programming. Would you disagree, anyone?
I would not.
Well, they're growing some food, some leaf that they are then feeding us.
Yeah, the odd-colored lettuce.
Right.
Perhaps that has some kind of capabilities to lower the
Prior to coming
Power.
into this prison, have you ever seen anything that singular in color in nature? We immediately notice the oddity to it. And I will show him an image in his head of lettuce, that thing.
And so he's
Have you been eating it?
like, yes. But he just answers that kind of really dismissively, and then he's focusing on the images that you sent him, and then he says, make a roll for him, actually. Sorry.
Wait for it.
He's like, it doesn't seem familiar to me. It's just another produce.
What I'm saying, and Ufa noticed this first, it is singular in color. There is no change. There is no modeling. There is no growth striations, rot, veins of impurities, anything. It is one single color. That is not natural.
Well, it's genetically engineered, I would imagine.
Do you think that you could get some of your people to not eat it for a day or two and see if they would have a different reaction?
Well, how do we test? How do we test someone's ability to go against a command? I mean, we did have that one individual earlier, and I will show
Yes.
the guy who hopped the line, but
Right.
besides him, no one else has broken rules.
But I think we could do something similar again in having them stop eating it even for the day we're at breakfast and have them that tomorrow.
Who cultivates the produce? Is it inmates?
The inmates attend and harvest them.
How are they selected to do so?
It's seemingly at random. I haven't noticed any pattern to it.
I've noticed it's all Asians.
I was going to mention the same.
He's like, yes, I would agree with that.
Have they all been here a certain amount of time, or are there ranks added to as time goes on?
Have any from your group?
Is that yes, some from my group, but the prison is new. We've only been here since about 6 months now.
And no one's left.
There have been some. No one's been released, but there have been some injuries from fights in the yard or in the mess hall, and individuals have been taken to, we thought, either the sick bay, and they have not returned.
There is no sick bay.
Ufa, would you like to update Heat on what you know?
So Hida, after my fight with the dwarf, I was brought to Adseg, and I was healed by a very powerful spiritual healer.
This is also interesting information that others that have been injured have gone to what they believed was Med Bay and never returned, and you have returned after having gone,
Yes.
which seems to be abnormal.
Another abnormality is the ones that have been taken and not returned have all been reality rated.
That is very abnormal.
What is your plan?
We need a distraction so that we can get into the admin building.
I do not think that the prisoners here would create the distraction that you need and require for that.
If they are continuing to eat this leafy thing, perhaps. That is why I would like to test with some of your people to see if perhaps they could resist the mind control that is happening.
I'm going to say this, thinking about the fact that we are speaking with Hida, who's been here for how long?
6 months?
The whole time. If he's been eating it, I'm not certain that it is affecting the way we're thinking.
But he's reality rated.
I understand, but if it wouldn't have why would it have a greater effect on some? Well, all right, I see what you're thinking.
It seems strange for them to have an entire garden of this that they are
And specifically only this.
exactly.
But
that they
some
are
people
feeding.
are not eating it. Is that correct?
I have not eaten it.
I have not eaten it either.
Is it?
And nobody's taken specific notice of anybody not eating it.
Correct.
That's
So I'm uncertain
So if
that's
that
the
was
connection.
necessary for the conditioning, they might attempt to ensure that everybody eats it.
But they've also
Exactly,
returned.
Professor.
They've also returned Ufa after having. We are different. They are treating us differently.
And Hida, that's
What
something
do you
we've
mean they're
learned.
treating you differently?
Well, as fact of Ufa coming back after being injured, they also took one of our members away.
She has not been returned yet, but we know that she has not left the prison.
What do you mean she has not been returned?
She was taken to another section and has not been brought back to us. But like I'm talking with you, I am able to talk with her. She is still in the prison.
But they are...
She speaks with the warden.
He's quiet for a moment. He's like, I am not sure how to broach this. Is it possible that your companion is an informant?
No, but someone is.
Agreed, someone is.
And we believe, and I don't think it will come as any surprise to you, that your brother may have been the informant who let them know we were coming in.
So you agree then that the warden knows you are here?
Yes.
Yes. We don't know if he knows our abilities. And I don't know that he knows why we're here. But we are very confident he knows we are here. We are at least confident that he knows that I am here and Iara is here.
I would agree that you have some type of mole within your Delphi Council.
And it would answer everything. If your brother was that mole, it would answer all the things that we've had problems with.
Especially since he was with them trying to get the information of our abilities. He does not know our abilities, but he knows who we are and what our names are and where we're from.
No, I don't think he knows where we're from. I think he just knows our name.
Yeah, he would know where I was from.
Maybe.
There's no elves anywhere else.
I'm an elf.
I'm not here.
I am... If he knows anything of Isle, he knows where I am from.
Okay. Agreed.
Is there any way to get contraband into the prison?
None that we have found yet, and believe me, my organization was quite adept at that.
That was something that we discussed earlier. So that answers that one. Have you had any of your members brought to the warden's office and returned, or brought to what would it be? Our items, the things that we potentially may need. What would you call that area?
Property room?
Some kind of property room. Have they been?
None of my companions or myself have been into the administration building.
Okay. So we can assume probably that if we were going there, we would have to get there as well by ourselves.
Or I wonder if...
A distraction. Our biggest question is a distraction. Almost everything else falls in place if we can figure that out. Ida, if you have any ideas, a big distraction, something that might potentially alert all the wings, not just ours.
Let me ponder that.
Should I step back?
Yes.
And I step out with all of us. Well, that's it. I don't know if talking to Richard is important yet, because I still don't think we have a plan, but we have the beginnings of one.
I think this leaf thing is an important piece. Why else would they be cultivating it in their prison and feeding it to the inmates?
I don't doubt it, but it may not be important in this. My only thought would be setting fire to it, which again I'm uncertain how we would do that, but that might create a response. And if you remember, there was not. I did not remember. So Ufa's seen it.
I think it's worth trying to at least get a group of people to stop eating it to see what the effect would have.
Sure, I agree.
It's the only thing that I can think of right now besides...
Well, when we get to the exercise yard, if we go today, I will ask Hida again. Ufa, would you like to try approaching the dwarf and the Adinos if we get into the exercise yard today?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And for the rest of us, we will play Iggy's puppets.
Well, we
for
do
a
have to
while longer.
determine what the guards in our rooms want. Did
Yeah.
the guards
That's true,
are
we may
still
not-
in the room?
They are still.
They've
in the
never
room.
come out.
Yeah.
We'll have
we
to
may
see
not
that
be
as
going
well.
to the exercise
we may
yard
not be
today.
going to the
We
yard.
have only a few more moments for lunch before we're called up, so
If we do go to the yard, I will try to speak with the elves as well.
that sounds good.
As breakfast finishes, you guys follow the line up back.
Follow the line.
Yep.
So when you each go into your respective rooms, you look inside and step in.
Mm-hmm.
The doors magnetically close,
Yep.
and we'll go into initiative.
All right.
Lord.
Oh dear.
So, standard scene, heroes are first, taunt is a approved action. And it looks like villains have inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay. Are either of the guards reality rated, Or do the 2 guards represent a mob? Those
No.
are very specific. Okay. Very, very specific.
Yeah. So the two of, as you guys come in, you can see that the 2 are kind of squared off. They're actually standing up on the bunks. You would know just from for a better footing and
Yep.
not to be tripped.
Absolutely.
And they have their nightsticks out, and so like as soon as you walk in, you can tell that they're getting ready to swing on you as soon as the door's closed. So heroes are first.
My friends, I will attack.
Okay.
Do as you need.
I would like to grapple.
Do it.
Yeah.
You take the one on the left.
I'm going to take the one on the left. I'm gonna grapple.
All right. So you 2 go ahead and roll.
All right.
Right now, I am not releasing the slashers.
So it's going to be unarmed combat.
Yep. So that is going to be a 10.
15.
10, 15, and so as you go, you were attempting to grapple.
I'm just going to run and try and knock him, punch him. The idea is to do damage to hit.
I could play this. It could get us some extra.
What does it do?
This is the one that makes an encounter more difficult. But it does net us some possibilities, which we might be a little low on.
Yeah, that's
Some
not a
people.
bad idea to escalate it.
And this is a somewhat
Yeah.
minor thing to escalate to a more
Yeah,
less
let's do
minor
it.
thing.
Let's do
Okay,
it. What
I'm
the
gonna
hell?
play seriously.
Okay. So seriously,
Seriously.
seriously, play at the start of an encounter. 1 or more opponents in the battle are surprisingly tougher. The GM may apply a template, see threats in Pan Pacifica, or mutate Xenospog to a higher generation. As this fight happens, the cosm itself, you guys being reality rated, just kind of feel a shift within the cosm, and when everything kind of focuses back in place, when you go to re-engage the guards, you feel that they are now reality rated.
Oh, I knew it. It's like, and they're stores.
Hey, guess what? Bring it on. Play at the start of a scene
Yes.
to challenge a
Nice.
reality-rated character in
Nice.
close combat. Your allies may not aid you in any way. Effects which include all allies do not include this. I can gain up to 3 possibilities. So,
So your guy you have to do on your own.
you're mine!
And so as this series of events happens, so he kind of holds out his hand like this to his partner, and you see that his partner lowers it down as you see the 2 of them just start to square off.
I take a quick look at Ufa, shake my head no, and then look back.
All right.
Okay, so let's start this one-on-one fight.
All right, so again, probably not going to hit now. That was a 10.
That was a 10. So you see him, when he says, "You're mine," he steps back and actually lets you come up onto the bed.
Oh, God.
So you're actually like on even footing, like this platform. And so
I grab a pillow, he grabs a pillow.
Feathers go flying.
So he he swings, or you swing,
Yeah.
he easily steps back, and then with his baton just kind of comes in for a jab.
Okay,
Okay, and what is your unarmed combat?
12. Oh, wait, unarmed defense or melee defense? Dodge, melee defense, or unarmed?
It's going to be, you are unarmed, so it would be unarmed defense.
So 9.
So 9, that beats you by 9.
Oh,
It's not good.
I can't
It's
help
going to be a good success. Nope. No cards, no possibilities, nothing.
Okay, so that is going to be, what's your toughness?
Toughness is 11.
11. So he goes to hit you, but you're just muscled, just
Yep.
like, and just kind of bounces right off as his eyes kind of widen, and but then he gets back into it. So that's your
Yes.
that's your turn. When you are watching, and so you hear Borz's voice behind the mask. He's like, "What is the plan?"
We need to get into the admin
Oh,
building.
by the way, telepathy's dropped. I'm
Yeah.
out of everything with everyone.
Gotta focus.
We have to get into the admin building. I think we have a plan to get in, but it's a matter of getting everybody together.
Okay, so that's good. That involves
Yeah,
this
that's it,
one.
yeah.
So Iara,
I'm gonna cast Dropsy on his little baton. 19.
19, and so he like has it in, and then it's just kind of just.
Like he swings it back and
Yeah, swings it back and drops it. Yeah.
It flies out of his hand, Butterfingers.
And so not even that. So because you went first, so he just like. Poof, and
Oh,
so
you
just-
dropped your little stick.
That doesn't mean I can't kick your ass, Missy.
That was a taunt also.
Ooh, roll.
Okay, a taunt. It's not
So
great.
this is 2. You're using 2 actions then.
So it's gonna be -2 on the taunt
Yeah.
roll.
Okay. Great, because it's horrible. I'm gonna try to bump it up once, just
because you want this to happen.
Yes.
I'm assuming telling me he's mine is not a taunt, right?
No.
10.
10 beats him by 2.
Yes.
Nice!
So what that means with the taunt is you can either make him vulnerable or stymied.
Oh, stymied.
Okay, so he's -2.
And that's just until the end of his next turn.
That's
And you
correct.
get whatever the thing is for the card. What is
Which
it?
means you can draw a destiny card.
Nice. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Professor.
I do say this was not unexpected. So before we start this, I'm going to need you to do something for me. That would be a 24 mind control.
As you go for the mind control,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, it's not him that's pushing back, it's the reality itself that's pushing back. And something is preventing you from actually, from this distance, putting it on mind control.
Oh, that's weird.
Do you have a feeling one way or another if you have to step back or step closer?
Is it the distance that I'm getting?
Yes,
Like I'm too close or too
far.
I'm too far. He's literally like 5 feet away from me.
Yes, he is.
You have to be hands-on.
Wow.
Oh well, looks like I'm screwed. We better get this over with.
Don't mind.
Press was like, that's not happened before.
15.
15. So the only thing closer is touching.
Right.
And so as you pushed out, and again, you what you can tell is it's not him. It's the reality of where you're at is actually pushing against your
I don't like
ability.
that.
Okay. This probably had something to do with the Cosm card I played.
So, all right, he taunts. He's very stymied. So he goes to swing at you. What is your unarmed?
8.
8. And so he kind of like goes to pick up his baton, but then stops, goes to pick up his baton, then shakes his head and just swings, and it's completely wild as he completely just misses you. Didn't even get close. You didn't even have to try to duck. Professor, what is your unarmed defense?
8. Oh, sorry, 9.
9. So he goes to swing just with a baton jab, and you just kind of sidestep, just nice and smooth and easy.
Ah.
So yeah, misses that. New round. Oh, actually, put your combat destiny cards in.
Putting it
I'm
in
throwing
fire.
glory because the rest of mine are going to be useless.
I'm throwing
Unless Ufa wants another romance.
Oh, that would be an interesting
force.
twist right now.
What the twist?
All right, everyone get their cards in?
Yep.
All right. So, heroes first, villain second.
What's the attack or maneuver?
It is attack or intimidate.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to attack.
So go ahead and attack.
Nice start. Not very quick. So that is going to be a 10 again. So
For your attack, yeah. So he, as you come in and swing, and he just easily just kind of comes up and
Yep.
blocks your swing. So no problem with that. While that fight's going on, Boris says, "What do you mean getting out of the building?"
The center building.
Of course I understand what that building is, but what do you need inside there?
There's got to be a power source in there or something.
He's like, there is.
I need to turn it off.
You're not going to be able to get in, and we'll go next.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I grab the baton and cast a spell, or would that be too many things?
You can, but it'll just be -2 in your second one.
Okay. I am going to grab the baton
Okay.
and then cast Sudden Burial.
Okay.
That's my favorite trick.
yeah,
How does that
the
work
beds
in
come
a-
up
in a
and
room? Yeah.
So it's against his dodge or dex,
Yep.
and it is 14.
14 beats him by 2.
Just
No,
a-
4.
Is that a
standard.
Standard
standard?
success.
Okay. So the cement, I'm assuming that's underneath him, and everything that's below him comes up and drops down on top of him, and he's going to be stymied and 15 damage.
15 damage.
God damn.
Did the doors shut on the cells?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
It was they didn't do anything until the door shut.
Yes, they did. So, okay, yeah, 15 damage. What do we see? So what do we see?
So as all of it comes down on him, his 2 hands are up, and they just kind of twitch and then drop down.
So you don't have the earth that's around you, and so ultimately
It's like cement.
Yeah, so the cement that got pushed up gets pushed up, and for a brief moment, you can actually see down beneath the cell below you, but it just comes slamming up, and there's not enough to actually bury him just because you don't. But
it's not a lot of stuff there.
It's not a lot. So when he slams down, though, his two hands are just kind of
twitch,
just
Wriggling
and then
above.
Yeah, but you don't see it. The guys below you see it as he
yeah. So now he's just encased in all the cement, and my floor is back to
yes.
normal.
I mean, the bed's a mess.
Yes. And I have a baton.
And you have a baton.
Professor just awkwardly jumps at him, trying to grapple him. Some weird,
Like a crazy man.
Yes.
My attack succeeded. May I have a card?
Oh yeah, me too.
Didn't do anything. Oh wait, no, did it? Did I hit? I'm sorry.
you did not.
I did not hit. You did.
Cheater.
That's why
All
I
right.
asked. I didn't remember.
Unarmed. Here we go. 15.
Wow. That's going to actually beat me by 6. So good success.
All right. What does that mean? I've got a hold of him.
One bonus dice to your strength,
Oh, okay.
or you can attempt your mind control again now that you're touching him.
I will attempt the mind control. That's
Okay.
what I'm going to do.
-2.
Yep.
Actually, it's going to be since you're in combat too. So there are additional modifiers to combat: -4 to combat and -2 because it was a second action.
So I'm -6
Correct.
total. Ouch. Okay, the professor leaps forward. He awkwardly grabs a hold of him and he says, "Listen, I'm really going to need you to do something for me. Let's see what we can do here." We'll do it.
Okay.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, I can't be helped, but it's no reason I can't pass out.
That puts me at 21.
He answers yes.
And before it goes to the villains, I'm going to play this card, Inspire. Play to give all Storm Knights their choice of one possibility, a draw from the Destiny deck, or they can recover 3 shock. I would like a possibility.
I would also like a possibility.
Based on
And
what I
think Shan would like a
played,
possibility as
can
well.
I take advantage of that?
What's
So
that?
officially, if
Oh,
you
does-
read again what I played, can I get a possibility? The card said I can get no benefit from anyone else. So I'm not sure I can get that possibility. I'm going to leave it to you. Where's my Cosm card? And you'll need to read it again.
Right.
It just says we can't help you in your battle.
I was gonna say no. I think
Yeah,
you can take
I
a
think you
possibility.
can.
Okay.
if you
All right.
want.
I'm just,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm
Yeah.
just
Just-
asking.
you just
Allies
can't
may
use the
not aid
possibility.
you in any way.
Aid, okay.
Effects
Right.
which include effects which include all allies do not include you.
But this is this an effect?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a card.
I had a
Okay.
feeling, which sucks, but thank you for trying.
Okay, so I have him grappled. I have him mind controlled.
Yes,
I
you
say, all right, continue to grapple me, but don't injure me. We're pretending here.
So he says,
Tell me why you're here in my cell.
Yes.
okay, and so he kind of picks you up. Like as he goes to slam you on the bed, you can feel him tuck in, and like it's a soft drop. So and then he goes to mount you and just moves in like it's going to be like a choke, but he's by your ear.
Okay.
And so he's like, we were just told to come in and force in a confrontation and see what you can do.
Oh.
To learn your power.
So their round. So
Yes.
okay, so ultimately that's going to be.
Can
Yes,
I
that's
say something telepathically? Are we still connected?
No, we're not.
No, he dropped that. So that's ended up going to be his.
Too late, I've already-
So you guys had your conversation. Your guy failed.
Shit, everybody's done with theirs except me.
So your guy failed his ability to soak.
Survive.
Yes.
Well, he was reality rated, so
Right. He couldn't.
so he couldn't soak.
Is any of his body visible?
Oh yeah,
Or-
except for
okay.
his hands. His hands are stuck
Right.
in the cement.
But that's down below.
But that's down below.
Okay, but I can still touch him.
Yeah.
It's not weird.
You still fuck.
It's not weird.
It's just us.
So
Yeah.
that's us. So put your cards in. End of the round. Because
Yes.
technically you guys are still in a fight.
Yep.
Okay. So villains first. Heroes get a flurry though.
Which means 2 attacks.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, so on you. That is going to be a 10,
I'm a 9.
a 9. So again, he's like is able to actually get past you, and when he swings with the weapon though, it doesn't get through. You're just like,
Okay.
and you feel it kind of whack, but it doesn't do damage.
Okay. So I will take my strike. What I'm specific.
Not your turn yet. And so the guy is on you, and so he's holding.
I tell him, pretend to choke me out, but don't really do so. And after I'm unconscious, just stand by the door and wait to leave.
And so he's like, as he just kind of has you there, he just puts your arm up and just kind of gets you into a head and arm, and then he's like, go limp.
I go limp.
So he releases and then goes stands by the door. Actually, while this attack is going on, and so you hear Boris say, you can't get in, but I may be able to. What do you need?
We just need to be able to get in there. We have somebody that can open locks with magic.
You won't be able to get into the admin building. That's what I'm telling you.
We need to find a way for you to turn the power off then.
He's like, I can do that.
Good. Do that as soon as you can.
What do you mean as soon as I can? As soon as I get back, and then we'll go to this fight.
So my hit is an 18.
18, good success.
All right. So is this added to my strength? Okay. So that is going to be a 17 for damage.
17 for damage. That beats him by quite a bit. He is going to spend a possibility to soak. Oh my god, 2 horrible rolls on the soak. What do we see?
Okay, so I get him, I ram him against the back wall, I take his head and crush it against the back wall. My objective is not to break the helmet, it's to smash his head inside the helmet so he goes out.
So that was your intent, but you did damage.
Whoops.
So, yeah.
The idea, my hope is to keep the helmet, even there's gut inside it, I want to keep the helmet intact.
So you go to try to knock him out, and so, but then you actually end up hearing just as the neck just kind of as he just kind of goes limp.
Perfect.
Cool.
And so when that finishes up, and so Boris looks at you, and he's like, boom!
And I just go down. Oh no!
So he has contacts, but you can tell that when he's going, he's pulling his hand this way, so it's not just full contact. So you've been engaged enough to do that, and so boom, and so when that happens,
I perform that out to get hit.
do you get knocked out or do you stay on the ground?
I'm gonna get knocked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so boom, down you go, and then Boris looks at you,
And I look at him, because it's flurry,
yeah,
you have one chance to give up.
and so he goes,
I'm very quiet.
yeah. And
So
so
he-
it's like he puts his hands up to you're instructed to do this.
Boris?
Yes.
Crap. Okay.
You idiot.
All right, so I take a swing that will miss.
Okay,
Do you
so-
want me to roll performance or something like that?
No, we'll go to a new round.
What I'm saying is, do you want me to roll performance? I'm not even going to try and hit him. I do not want to take an accidental chance of hurting him.
Well, let's figure out what the
All
next
right.
round's going to be.
So Billings went first on that, right?
Yes.
So I want to take an action.
You're not in combat anymore.
There's
So
no
it's
one to
not-
be in combat
Yeah.
I want to do something.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not in combat. So we have to resolve the combat first.
Oh, I see.
Okay, heroes are first, and you get it up.
Remind me what up.
You get an extra die.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, so I'm gonna. So again, I'm gonna ask you because I'm gonna make this look good, but I'm gonna let him, big air quotes, knock me out. But I'm gonna definitely take a swing, maybe even throw him down on the bed. But do you want me to roll performance, or I don't even know what I would roll? I don't necessarily want to roll combat.
It
but
would be
you
a
tell me.
trick.
Trick. Okay. What is the favored?
Intimidate and taunt.
Oh no! I'm going to do whichever one, intimidate or taunt. I'm going to basically tell him, "You saw what I did to him. Stand down." That's a 1.
Nice.
He's like,
Your voice squeaks.
One here. Okay, yeah. Let's see if there's up. Discounts ones, but one's a 1.
Yep.
So he's like, "You idiot! I told you to attack." And so he shoots in like he's going to go shoot a double on you.
Right. Okay. I was just playing for the other card.
What is your unarmed?
9.
So 9.
And I'm not going to resist.
So Boris shoots in just this perfect double, just hooks both your legs, lift up, kind of runs, and puts you onto Ufa's bed, since the dead guy's on the other one. And so he's like, what is the plan?
The plan right now is to shut the power source off. We can then open the mag locks. We can get in there, get the crystal, and get the fuck out of here.
And so as you guys are wrestling, so basically he's not trying to hurt you, you're not trying to hurt him. And so he says, let me take your back.
You got it. You got it. Go.
And so he goes and maneuvers and takes his back and then puts you into what would effectively be where we're naked. And so he's up against your head, and he's like, said, I told your companion that you guys can't get in, but there is a power source. I think I can unlock that. And so he's like, quit fighting! And there seems to be some sort of oversight because they don't have a backup generator immediately within the prison. Their grid is just too good.
That's interesting. They may not have had time. Either way, put me out, but don't put me out. And I'm going to push in with telepathy at this point.
Okay.
Because that way I can do it later.
Yeah.
And now I'm talking in his head and I'm not making any noise. I will contact you this way. Just relax. Push hard on me. This is what I can do. I can contact you later. I will check in when the power goes out.
So, very well. Go out then.
Okay. And I will trick. Is that what I have to do again?
No, you just...
All right.
Yeah.
And Boris gets a promotion for taking out 2.
Yeah.
So Boris rolls off, just kind of makes it look like he's jumping you on the floor, but you can tell he's also trying not to hurt you as well.
Right.
Or me.
And he goes over and checks on the pulse of this partner, and then heads over to the door. So at this point, this fight is still going on. You have a few moments to do what you want to do.
I'm gonna cast create zombie.
Okay.
16 and my DN is 12.
So
Standard
that's a standard success.
Okay, so I have a zombie. I'm going to whisper to it, continue to act dead until I tell you otherwise.
And so it like starts moving and twitching, and then here's your commands, and then
The best part is its hands are in the cement, so it's going to have to tear them off to get out.
so when that gets done,
And I say that very, very quietly.
No, yeah, I got it. So the doors open up, and the guards that are alive step out, and then the doors and then magnetically close and lock again.
Okay, I'm going to push out to everyone.
Who is everyone?
These 4.
Okay.
So tell me what's going on with Azrael, with each of the others of you, and Azrael's going to hear this if she's awake and I can get in.
So the
Not
way you
sure.
get from Azrael is just really barely conscious.
Okay. So I'm not exactly sure what the hell that was. What I understood
They
from
were
Boris,
testing us to see what our abilities were.
that's what he said as well. Did anyone hold back?
I did.
Good.
No.
No? So they know they know something you can do.
Yes, they do.
Okay. And from what Azrael said, it seems like they may already have known that, so we haven't given anything away. Professor?
I did control him, and it's possible that I could figure it out now.
Okay.
So
I never used my slashers, so I think that's still hidden. Let's see what happens next.
Yes.
So are the two of you, Professor Iara, are you both knocked out?
No.
I'm fine.
Okay. Ufa and I are knocked out.
Well,
You know what I
technically
mean.
knocked out, yes.
Okay, so Iara, you're the only one that didn't go down. That be prepared, something may happen from that.
I will be prepared. I have a zombie.
You zombified him?
But he's acting dead right now.
You may want to allow him to stay dead.
That's what I'm trying.
Remember this Zhangxi thing. What if they think it's one of them?
What do you mean?
Well, I had hoped that we were saving this for I would hope we were saving this for a last resort, but if they think he's Zhangxi, I'm not sure how they would react. What condition do you have him in? I mean, is he laying down? Is he standing up?
He's stuck in the cement.
What do you... Can you show us what stuck in the cement means?
I just look at him and cast that image.
Where are his hands? Where are his forearms?
That's why I said he's stuck in the cement.
Can you liquid? Can he pull them out?
I don't know yet.
Oh my God! That means if you bring him up, they're gonna. Okay, let's see how this plays out. May I suggest you sit on your bunk and wait?
I will do that. Right now. He is going to act as if he is still dead.
I think that's good.
So
You said all the doors open. Did Iara's door open too?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit with my legs crossed on my
Serene.
bed. Very nice.
Meditative.
Very quiet.
What are the rewards from the Cosm cards that you guys played?
What are the what? Oh,
there
the
any
rewards
rewards?
for your guys.
Yeah.
Mine definitely has one.
After the encounter, heroes gain up to 3 possibilities depending on the threat. Was mine.
So
And somebody has mine because I passed it.
And this is gain up to 3 possibilities after defeating them depending on the difficulty of the challenge.
Yeah.
So that's very.
That's going to be up
or
to
that's
you.
Yes.
maxes.
So I'm going to say that you guys were unarmed, confined space, no armor, none of your equipment against reality-rated people. I'm going to award everyone the max of 3.
What about on my singular one as well?
The max on it.
So he's going to
So
get
I need 6 possibilities. Max may finally do something.
Yeah.
More importantly, I have the ability to pass finally.
I have a question.
Yes.
He needs 3 also.
I took one because the wording was vague, but somebody played a Destiny card that was like
All.
It says
all of
yep.
them get a possibility, but I'm technically not there.
It says play to give all Storm Knights.
Yeah.
It doesn't
A
say in
possibility.
your area or anything like that.
During this combat.
Yeah, if it says all Storm
Okay.
Knights.
Give all Storm Knights their choice of one possibility to draw from the Destiny deck.
Oh, I need
That's-
3 myself.
So then she should get the 3 also then.
Yeah.
I'm just,
From the Cosm cards that they played, even
Yeah.
though I wasn't in the battle.
Yeah.
Oh.
So 3 there?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great Cosm cards, everybody. Great Cosm cards.
Good job.
Do we also fill up Destiny at this
Correct.
point? Okay.
Okay,
So,
you take back. Right?
I've gained 2 from.
So you have to drop back down
Yeah,
to 4.
okay.
Oh, okay. So I
So,
And I'm discarding that.
so when this is going on, what happens with you, Azrael, is they stop beating on you. You get drugged back to your bed. The gag comes off. The priest comes in, and he heals you of all wounds, all shock.
But I'm still stymied.
No,
from the
all
gas.
wounds, all shock.
Well, like wounds and shock and stymie are all different.
Right, but the
Okay.
stymie came from the gas, so you're no longer stymied either.
I really thought you were gonna kill me here. I was like thinking about what next character I was gonna make.
So, before you guys go out to the yard, after you get healed, you actually get escorted back to the cell.
With Iara.
With Ira, oh,
So,
And a guard laying on the ground.
And my encapsulated guard.
so basically, a guard comes in with folded up prison oranges, flip flops, socks, underclothing. Says "Get up," hands them to you, and you get escorted, naked as a jaybird, but carrying the clothes to the cell.
And no bath.
Oh.
No bath.
yum.
Don't worry. Orange is the new black. It's slimming.
So you see Azrael get led in, just as you guys were, but even though she's not bruised, her hair is just like completely matted. You can see like dried vomit and blood that was just caked up on her. When she comes in, she smells of dried blood, of stale urine. Basically like every transient on the plaza,
Can
without the marijuana smell or patchouli.
Greg? So on my walk here,
Okay,
I would like to play the alertness card,
okay.
which is you notice an otherwise unseen item, clue, or event.
Nice. I have that too. So
My
we can
route
do
on
that
my
twice.
walkie.
Nicely played.
Yeah.
Wacky walk.
Okay, let me think what you see here.
Before the beginning of this game, I did not feel like we had any idea of what to do or where to go, but because of plays, a plan is
And these
formed.
cards are amazing.
They do help.
for that,
They
yeah.
really, I'm really enjoying the way the cards have worked through the game.
So when you come by, when you head out of that quad block 1 building that you're in, you see a door here. That door was open, and when you look down, you can see the hallway leading down to it, and you actually catch a sign that says Warden's Office
Okay.
right on this side. So now you have a good idea of where the Warden's Office is. And for the well-played timing, I am going to give you a possibility for that.
Nice.
So, Azrael enters the cell. You see Iara just looking very serene, meditating, and a dead guard that's in full kit lying on the ground, and it looks like its arms are actually stuck in the cement.
And she's with a guard.
They don't. The guard doesn't enter her in. They just kind of stop as the door, just magnetically opens up. He pulls it open. And he's like, "Move."
I'll step in.
Closes it.
And I'm gonna look at her, look at the guy buried in the ground, look at her, and then just start putting my clothes on because it's
You could. There is a little sink and the toilet, so you could wash up if you want to.
as best as I can.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for what she went through.
And I'm gonna look away, and we need to get out of here.
Can I,
Working on that.
I can't go through that again.
can I push in because we're all here? You sound better, Azrael.
Someone came to heal me.
Good.
She's with us now.
Were you able to see anything on your way back?
I know where the warden's office is.
You do. That's important. Ufa's guard was Boars. He says he thinks he can turn the power off. We have a plan formulated. Did we bring you in on that?
No. Tell me about
Iara,
it.
would you like to tell her the plan?
I was laughing because I forgot what it was.
Potentially, it could be that we create a distraction with a riot, although we're not sure if that will be helpful. But I did receive some images into what could be. What may happen is we're going to have to fight the warden. I got an image into the admin building, the power source, magnetic locks disengaging, a fight with the warden, and myself and Lady Nightbird fighting Zhangxi.
Our thoughts at this point, if you agree, is we'll get into the admin building. Once the power is turned off, Iara should be able to unlock things she believes with a spell. Maybe shut down the magnetic locks, disengage those. Then once we're in the building, now knowing that piece of information, knowing where the warden's office is, maybe we can assault the warden's office and him. And once we're successful, and I am certain we will be, we may have to fight our way out through Zhangxi.
If the locks are electric, I can possibly disable them as well.
That's excellent. My only concern is she saw nothing past the fight, and Lady Nightbird and her back-to-back does have me concerned.
It has me very concerned.
So I take it at this point you've told me about Lady Nightbird, right?
Right, we
Yes.
all have.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Very in the
every-
know.
Now that Azrael's here and in this, we all should be up to date on everything that we know.
Okay, very good.
All right. So as you finish cleaning up and you're having this mental conversation, going on, it comes out time for yard time. So just like before, each level gets let out. So make sure that nobody gets overwhelmed. You get the feeling that that's the purpose of it. So it's not 4 levels of people
All
it's-
trying to go at the same time, right?
So when it comes down to your guys' level to enter out to the yard, you head up to the yard. And you can see people are typically in their places. And Iggy is looking at you, and you get the feeling he's waiting for you to come join his faction.
I'm going over. Ufa, you want to try your shot? Iara, you want to try yours with the elves? If we could have the Adinos and the dwarf and the elves in. Professor, do you want to come with me over to Iggy?
Sure.
And Azrael, I'm uncertain. I have no trouble with you joining us there. It'll just look like a larger force, but obviously, whatever you wish. You tell us.
I don't want to draw attention to myself.
I agree. Why don't you join us?
You can tell that she's troubled.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah, no, I'm certain this is bad. I don't know all of her background, but I know enough of what she's been through so far.
yeah. I mean, and you also, and just from the torture that the glimpses that you got, especially you, Max. I mean, demons love torture.
Oh yeah, no. I've been in jail. I've been strung up. Yeah.
Sorry.
And it's something that can break people.
No, sorry, my character wouldn't know anything about it, but you saying that made me think something about maybe a demon being here.
Yeah, that's been in the back of my head.
So when you get to Iggy's, he nods at Oro, and he kind of goes up to the front, and they form, him and a couple other people form like a security line to prevent
Right,
others
of course.
coming. Iggy's like, "Come, follow me."
I do.
So he kind of leads you around, and up against like this corner, and as you like move in, it's towards this corner, you almost get the feeling like the realm itself is providing you a safe corner to be able to conduct clandestine information.
Conspiracy and clandestine.
Interesting.
Oh God.
That's
Interesting.
So you just, especially at visiting other realms, you just get the feeling. And so once you guys kind of lock in,
Is Iggy possibility rated?
he is not.
Okay.
So, but when he turns around, he looks at you, the goofiness and the silliness that he had completely gone, and he says, "What are you doing here?"
We've come to take out the warden. I'm not going to mince words with him at this point.
Yeah, and so he's like,
And everybody is still in telepathy with me unless you get locked out somehow.
"No."
Did he take Max by himself? Just Max?
Yes. And so he says, "Do you have the means to do that?"
Yes, but what we need potentially is a distraction, something I'm hoping that most of the other inmates would enjoy. And you being as powerful as you are, maybe you can create it. Once the power goes out, we need a riot. We need as many of the guards taken out as possible. Enjoy yourself.
He's quiet for a moment. He's like, "I don't think that's going to occur." He's
A
like,
riot or the power source going out?
"Either. I don't see either of those things happening."
Can you provide the second if I provide the first?
I don't know. How familiar are you with the sociological workings of man, of human beings?
Not much. I know that there's power and I know that there's pain.
In a former life, in a former country, I was a politician, an ambassador here from the country of Italy.
I've not heard of that country, but I understand.
It's like when the contagion broke out, we were here, and I was one of the ones that tried to speak out against the corruption of corporate greed and what it potentially can lead to. But it ended up leading me here, and this is my ruse to be able to survive. But if you haven't noticed, this entire place is designed to reprogram and condition men.
We've been seeing that.
So while you guys are this talking, you can hear just like, what do you call it? Like a murmuring starting to go. And what you guys see is you see the Mossad agent start boldly walking across, and he's heading directly for Oro.
For Oro?
Yes.
Oh no.
And since I'm in telepathy, I can see this too, sort of.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll break in and distract you to say, hey, the Mossad agent's on his way in your direction, but it seems like he's heading to Oro.
Which means he's coming for one of the three of us. You two, continue doing what you're doing. Let's see what Oro can do.
So do you continue talking with him? Okay. I think the people here, with the lack of food, the lack of support, and then the conditioning that's been occurring after the contagion, I just don't see it happening.
I understand. Would you like to get a few licks on the guards, if it happens?
If I can, of course.
All right.
But I'm not. He kind of looks at himself. I'm not a fighter.
I understand. My friend that came in with me, the older gentleman, he isn't either. But he was successful in taking down his guard.
What do you mean, his guard?
A guard was sent into each of our cells to cause us trouble. He took his out.
That's impressive.
I believe you can do the same.
How?
I hold my hands up. You want out, right? I believe the need of a creature to escape its bonds gives it great power.
Make persuasion.
God damn it. No, I'm spending a possibility.
I don't know if you have enough.
Well, it's not that I want to spend them, it's just that I want to once have a great... I'm supposed to be a leader, and all my things are pathetic. That was just as pathetic a starting roll, but that gives me 13. It's actually a skill I have, and I've been failing at it.
So he says, I don't know what I can do, but if and when the time comes, I will fight.
Good, good. What do you need from me now?
I just needed your honesty.
You have it.
I don't know what else we can do from here.
Wait till the power goes out.
While this conversation is going
Yeah.
on, the Mossad agent comes up. Oro steps in to intercede, and he says,
Remember that these two are right behind him.
yeah. And the agent says, I was wondering if it's going to be you. And then he just, boom, just reaches out and does a strike. And so Oro's expecting it.
Remember, he's the next sumo.
It's just the ripple.
Yep.
So let me just roll a series of rules here.
like the blob.
Yeah.
Hand goes in, elbow deep in the fat, comes out and just rumples.
So he goes to strike. Oro blocks very easily, just comes in, picks him up, full-blown suplex style, dumps him on the ground. The Mossad agent doesn't roll with it. I mean, he lands, you can hear like the ooh, and it feels like the wind gets knocked out of him as he took some damage from it. But he immediately reaches up, fish hooks Oro's nose, pulls his head back, and at that point punches him right in the throat. Oof. Oro just immediately starts. The Mossad agent pushes Oro off, gets up, walks away as Oro dies on the field. And we'll end that session here.
Oh my god!
What?
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Siegson Employees of the Month, Michael H., Greg K., F.S., and our Breaker of Seals, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K.,
Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.
and a very special thanks to our fantastic artist, Jacob Blackmon, who you can reach on his Patreon under his name, or Deviant Art under the name Prodigy Duck.